just started recording. It is the 13th of October. Holy moly. How did that happen? Middle of the month. You have 2 days left to get in on my offer for $50 for you. So make sure you go ahead and do that. What else do we have? Tonight we have a really, really fun night planned. Lee and Amanda are going to be talking to you guys about social media. Woohoo! And it's going to be really fun. If you guys didn't see the pictures from this past week of the shout outs, everybody had a pretty decent week, and it looked a little something not like that. Oh yes, it did. That's how I did it. It looked just like this. We had 4 new coaches. Michelle was at the top of the producers. Go Michelle. And we had 3 people at 4 for Success Club. Allison informed me she hit 5 today. So between last Thursday and today, she hit Success Club 5. So congratulations everybody for that. That was from this past week. And I can't wait to hear what these ladies have in store for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and who's going first? Wave at me. All right, Lee's going first. I'm unmuting.
All right. Okay. First, I'm going to figure out how to share my screen. Information that I probably should have gotten before this call.
It's at the bottom. If you can see the whole thing, it's a little green thing. It says screen share.
Here we go. All right. There we go. Okie dokie. Here we go. Present. Okay. So, everybody can see that? Yes. Okay. Okay, so tonight we're talking about branding and social media etiquette. I'm going to talk about branding. Amanda's going to talk about social media etiquette. They're going to tie in together a lot. But the idea is that you'll take all of it and maybe not today, but over the next couple weeks, start putting the pieces together to develop your own social media presence. So the first thing about branding, who are you? It seems like such a simple question. And this doesn't just apply to Facebook. It applies to all your social media accounts, your blog, your Instagram, your Twitter. If you do other social media that I don't know about, something new and exciting, whatever, you need to try to tie it all in together. But I focus on Facebook. So this is kind of Facebook geared. So who are you? What do you people are going to be attracted to you as your coach, and as future coaches, they need to identify with you. And that's all going to come from how you put yourself out on social media. So over the next couple weeks, this can be an exercise tomorrow, and I'll post this in the group page, but list the words that you would use to describe yourself. List the words that you think others would describe you as. And, oh wait, no one can see my screen for real? Okay, hold on. Why is that? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Share. Now? Can you see it now? Yes? Okay. So it wasn't anything exciting, but, okay. It's basically just this list. We don't need that. That doesn't matter. Anyway, so these words, when you list them out, the last point I think is the most important point. The list I would want nothing to do with. I don't want anybody calling me annoying. I don't want to be the girl that sells crap on Facebook. I don't want to be just another Beachbody coach, because there are lots of us out there. So you need something that sets you apart, that makes people want to consume your content. the stuff that's going to attract in your customers and future team members. So I think that third bullet point is really important. And the other two are still equally as important, because you're going to look at those words that you find, and that's the tone, the first two bullets of how you want to frame your posts and your content. So the next slide says to think of your life as a magazine. If your life was a magazine, and I'm flipping through Amanda's Life magazine, what would I see? What would she be putting in her magazine to make it about her? Think about the title of your magazine. What would you put on your covers of your magazine? What kind of people would be advertising in your magazine? What kind of features, columns? This is all stuff that you can use to create your brand on Facebook, because you're posting your content just like a magazine would publish its content in a monthly magazine. Like if I printed out my timeline, what would people get? Well, if I printed my timeline out, people would get weird things that my kids do. They would get some random selfies, pictures. They would get, you know, a few random pop culture-ish things here and there. And this is going to tie in to Amanda's do's and don'ts, but part of your brand on Facebook, since you're attracting people, is that if you're choosing content that is controversial or edgy, you're in that decision, you're going to walk the fine line. Am I going to offend people? Am I going to turn people off? Am I going to push people away? Or am I going to draw them in? Do you want to draw in more of the same just like you? If that's your goal, then do it. There are top coaches, and highly, I don't know if Caleb is considered a top coach just yet. He's awfully close, but he's highly followed. If I were to print off his timeline as a magazine, he's Christian, he's a goofball, he's very warm and fuzzy, he has a dog, and he loves her very much. And he's single. We've got that from Caleb. That's his brand. That is why people like him and they're drawn into it. And he actually did post something controversial this week. I'm not sure if anybody saw it, but he did make a controversial post. And I don't think, I think it was good for him, because it was obviously something that was very important to him. So it worked. It worked for him, even if maybe he did lose a follower or two. He gained more followers because it appealed to his audience. Another coach that has a very specific brand is everybody's favorite Fit and Funky. Her brand, she's got her own logo now, embroidered in the headrest of her car, whatever it is that Aaron bought her. We all know who she is. We all know her brand. Her brand is abs, her hardcore haircut, insanity. That's who she is. She doesn't stray very much from those topics. So when you're thinking of what you are posting and you put your words together and you're framing all your content, you want people to come away with the feeling of like identifying with you. So that will go into Amanda don't part. Can you hear me? Oh, you guys, okay, sorry. It'll go into Amanda's do's and don'ts. Should I mute that? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Amanda's do's and don'ts part. Because the do's and don'ts. Well, hold on. I don't know. Anyway, the do's and don'ts will, they will go into your brand, because you're going to take those pieces of etiquette advice that Amanda's going to give you and again apply all of that to how you're going to structure and write your posts. And it doesn't have to be a static thing. Like You don't have to sit down now and schedule out a month's worth of posts and look at your magazine, but it is something that will develop over time. It's not going to be overnight where someone's going to like see your next post and be like, ding, that's her brand, I get it, but it will happen over time. I know, and I admit right now, my social media is a little disjointed. I have this Planks and Playdates Instagram, which somehow turned into posting pictures of beer, and I have 200 like beer nerd followers that I've never met. Is that good? Yes, because I am reaching an audience with them with my other posts that I might not hit on my Facebook, because my Facebook is completely different, because my Planks and Playdates Facebook page is school lunches and random motivational stuff. I am working on taking the two and melding them together so that all of my platforms mesh, and so that one day I'll get Planks and Playdates embroidered in the back of my headrests. Sing! And now we're on to Amanda's part.
Okay. Can you stop screen sharing somehow?
Yes, I will. There we go.
Now let me see if I can do that. Did that work?
Yes.
Okay. Not the screen I wanted, but okay. So do's and don'ts of social media. Taking everything that Lee just told you about things that you want to do and want to post about, here are some things to remember while you do that. So what you want to do is post often. And how often you do that kind of depends on the social media platform that you're using. So on Facebook, general rule is 2 to 4 times daily. I think I posted like 4 times a day. I don't know. Twitter, I don't really do, but if you do it, they say to post as often as you like. I guess Twitter is just one of those things where you write like what you do all day. I don't know. I'm not really a Twitter person. Instagram, 1 to 3 times a day. And what I do, and a lot of other people do, is if you link your Instagram to your Facebook, when you post in Instagram, it'll automatically post in Facebook, so you don't have to do double the work. You're just taking care of it at the same time. You can post to your personal page, or if you have a business page, you can link it there. I kind of go back and forth on which one I link it to, depending on what my posts are like. What you don't want to do is post too much. You don't want to be that person that says, oh, I'm awake. Oh, I'm going to take a shower. Oh, I'm going to the gym. Oh, I just went to the grocery store. Look, here's my latte. No, nobody needs to know about everything that you do during the day, because they will block you, or they will unfriend you, or take you out of their feed, or whatever. That's annoying. If you're posting like every 30 minutes, or you're sharing 10 things in an hour, that just clogs up people's newsfeed, and they don't want to see that. So make sure you don't post too much. When you do post, what should you post? Advice. I know a lot of us will post fitness advice, nutrition advice, good websites to go to for recipes, things that we've done, shoes that we wear, anything like that that helps people and that people will want to see. That's good. Good pictures of yourself, of your kids, of whatever, as long as it's attention grabbing, then it's good to post. Lee's good at posting funny stuff, motivational stuff, obviously. Anything that you do well. Somebody today said something about getting in, maybe it was in one of our groups, about getting in some jeans from college. That would be great to post on your timeline. Soft selling and recruiting is when you
are excited about a product or coaching without blatantly asking people to buy it. I posted a picture of Caden last week, and he was doing the P90X thing, so I mentioned that. So it's Beachbody, but I'm not asking somebody to buy it. A lot of our coaches have really good transformations, and it's great to share when they do well, but make sure you ask first before you post someone else's pictures. Usually they say it's okay, but it's always best practice to ask. And then another thing that some coaches do is they ask questions just to get people to like or comment, to generate traffic. But if you're asking about which way the toilet paper should go and what's the best car you should get and I don't know what TV show you should watch tonight, or I don't know, anything that makes it seem like you're doing market research, don't do that. An occasional question is fine, and sometimes I'll make one up just to get people to comment, but overkill is not good. So that leads into don't post 50 questions a day. Don't do blatant selling where you're posting a link and saying, oh my gosh, this is on sale, go buy it now. That's a turnoff. Anything that's negative, I mean, we all have a bad day, but you don't just want to be a bee on your Facebook page all the time and complain about everything. Like Lee said, anything that's controversial, that's your choice to post that, but just know that it may turn people off. And if your big focus is putting out your thoughts and ideas, then that's great. If your big focus is building a business and keeping customers, then you might want to think twice about sharing or posting those kinds of things. Anything that's full of drama, or you know what I'm talking about, don't post that stuff. It turns people off and they don't like to see it. You'll lose credibility if you're always posting those kinds of things. Definitely invite people. We talk about invite, inform, and sometimes people don't know what that means. But really, if you're just talking to people and building relationships, it can be through a private message. It can be commenting on things that they post. Yeah, we can all go through and like something, but if you take 10 seconds to make a comment, then people are going to notice that more than just a like. So, and when you do that, then they'll see your Facebook more and you'll see their Facebook more, and they may end up seeing something Beachbody related that you post they wouldn't have seen otherwise. And definitely if someone comments on something you write, comment back. Start a conversation. It might lead into something more. You never know. But don't let everything that you post be about Beachbody. Like Lee said, think about the words that describe you. Think about your brand. Just like with Caleb, he doesn't know about Beachbody. He posts about his crazy dog and the silly stuff he does, and he posts about God and his friends. It's not all about a workout. Keep that to a minimum, only once or twice a day. And no form of spam, ever. And then I found this that Caleb had posted in a message board on the Beachbody website. And I just thought that it was really good. I'm not going to read that to you, but tugging at people's heartstrings stood out to me. You know, if you make a connection with people in what you post, then you won't look spammy. You won't look like you're just trying to get people's money, and they'll understand that we really do care about them, and we care about health and fitness and making people's lives better. So, yeah, that's where your focus should be. That's it.
That's it. I just want one point to that. The hard selling. We all do it. We all do it occasionally, and it is it's like an unfortunate necessity sometimes, because we do want to get the word out about sales, but that's when you use your other post for the day and for lack of a better word, hide it in your feed. You're not actually hiding it in your feed, but you're also showing to your viewers that it's not just about that. They know that you're a coach. Like Amanda said, we're establishing our credibility. And if you want to use your Facebook, yeah, you kind of, we aren't like, because this is so social media based, we're sort of limited to our, you know, our means of, besides just talking to people, we have to use our social media. And if you really want your social media to be about like something really super edgy, or you really like vague booking, I don't know, maybe that's your thing. You have to kind of make the choice and balance it out, and have your other stuff to build your credibility as a coach to draw people in. So yeah, the hard sells, none of us want to do it. We just told you not to do it, but we want you to post about Beachbody. But sometimes you have to, you know, do the graphics, say it's on sale, I'm doing a group, and I think it's a necessary evil. It's just not like once a day if everybody keeps seeing the same like graphic, because we all share. If everybody that we're friends with seeing the same thing over and over, that's going to be like unfollow, 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 unfollow. They're all posting the same thing, because I think a lot of people coming from our circles will see the same thing over and over, whether or not they're our customers or coaches. So that's all I got. I think we can post this, or at least the bullet, you know, we'll post all the bullet points and stuff so everybody can do them. If anybody wants to come to either of us for help, thinking, like brainstorming your words or figuring out like what your magazine would be, I love doing that kind of stuff. So hit me up, I'm here for you.
Yeah,